And so, hi, my name is Ferilyn Anna Petrus. And so, I will present about the problem-based task 1, which is PBT1. PBT1, the subject of DFN30073, switching and routing essential. So this is the topology of the packet tracer. The scenario is your company pks.com is planning to add network security on the new network branch. Your team are required to set filtering rules for the two office MYY and BTU. Management has established some access policies between the LANs located at MYY and BTU, which you must implement. The ISP router sitting between MYY and BTU will not have any SCLs placed on it. You only allowed to configure IP address and RIP routing as an ISP router. So this is the addressing table. There has 3 router, 4 switch and 4 PCs. The requirement is basic configuration has been configured. So, excuse me, use JTMK as the enable password and PKS1 as the console and telnet password. So part 1 is assign a static IP address to PCs. So I will show you how to assign. I will show you to assign each of the PC. So go to desktop IP configurations. So H1 the IP address is 192.168.10.5. Then the default gateway 192.168.10.1. So H2 192.168.20.5. So the default gateway 192.168.20.1. So go to history, IP configurations. So 192.168.30.5 and the default gateway 192.168.30.1. So H4 192.168.40.5. So the default gateway 192.168.40.1. And so the second is configured interface IP address as shown in the addressing table. So we must do the IP address follow by addressing table lah. So go to MYY CLI. So the password is PKS1 enable So the second password is JTMK and configure terminal. So we must configure the first IP address first. The first interface first. So the first interface is gigabyte 0/1. Then IP address 192.168.10.1. And so we're gonna set a subnet mask 255.255.255.0. So now shutdown. So go to the second interface. Interface gigabyte 0/0. IP address 192.168.20.1. So set the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. No shutdown. And the third interface is interface 0/0/0/0 IP address 10.1.1.1. So the subnet mask is 255.255.255.252. Not shutdown. So the second is go to ISP router. Um, the first password is PKS1. Enable JTMK. Configure terminal. And so we must set the first the first interface of ISP. Interface serial 0/0/0 IP address 10.1.1.2, and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.252. No shutdown. So the second interface is serial 0/0 serial 0/0/1. The IP address is 10.2.2.2, and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.252. And then no shutdown. And the third interface of ISP is the loops 1 or 0. So the IP address of loops is 10 no sorry 209.165.200.225, and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.224. No shutdown. Exit. And so go to the last router, which is BTU. Go to CLI. The first password is PKS1 and enable JTMK. Configure terminal. So the first interface is interface gigabyte 0/1. IP address 192.168.30.1. and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Now shut down. And the second interface is gigabyte 0/0 IP address 192.168.40.1 and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.1 8.0. Now shut down. And the third interface is I'm sorry, interface 00/0/1 and IP address is 10.2.2.1 and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.252. Now shut down. And so go to the show. We must see what has and go to the MYY. We check. So show IP interface brief. So let's see the IP address has been unset. It has been set the IP address of MYY. And so ISP, let's check. Show IP interface brief. So ISP IP address also has been been set. So it will go to the status up. So let's see the BTU. Show IP interface brief. So the PTU also has been set and the status will up. So go to the third questions, which is configure the management interface IP address as shown in the addressing table. So go to the switch 1, enable configure terminal hostname S1. So go to interface VLAN 1. Oh, I'm sorry. IP address. IP address of S1 is 192.168.10.11. So the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. No shutdown. And go to the hash2. And no, I'm sorry, S2. Go to CLI, enable configure terminal hostname S2 interface VLAN 2 VLAN 1. So the IP address is 192.168.20.11 and the subnet mask is 255.255.252. 255.255.0 and now shut down. Go to the S3, use the same command, enable configure terminal, hostname S3, interface VLAN1, IP address 192.168.30.11 and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Now shut down. And so the last is go to S4, enable configure terminal, hostname S4, interface VLAN1, IP address 192.168.40.11 and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Now shut down. So we already configured the management interface IP address. So let's do the fourth one is configure RIP routing on MYY, ISP, and BTU. Go to MYY. I'm sorry. We must check the interface has been shown or not. So go to S1, show IP interface VLAN1. So see the IP address has been set from the VLAN1. This is the internet address and the broadcast address. And also S2, show interface VLAN1. So show IP interface VLAN1. So S2 also has been set, and this is the internet address and broadcast address determined by setup command. S2, S3, S3, show IP interface VLAN1. S2 also has been set, S3, S3. So S4, show IP interface VLAN1. S4 also has been set. This is the setup already set up. So the fourth one is configure RIP routing. So go to MYY, configure terminal, router RIP, network 192.168.10.1 The second network is 192.168.20.1, and the last network is 10.1.1.1. And so go to ISP, configure terminal, router RIP, the first network 10.1.1.1.2, network 10.2.2.2, and network 209.165.200.255, and the last router is BTU. Configure terminal, and so router RIP, network, the first network 192.168.30.1, network 192.168.40.1, and the last network is 110.10.2.2.1. So let's check if the network has or not. Go to MIY, show IP roads. Let's see, this is already connected to the MIY. ISP, show IP roads. The ISP also has been connected to the network. So let's check BTU, show IP roads. So this is also BTU also has connected to the network, so directly connected. And so verify connectivity between the device, so we must ping the PCs. So go to PCs, #1, go to command prompt, ping PC2 first, 192.168.20, no, 20.5. So let's check it will reply or not. So it successfully reply to the #2. So how about #3, 192.168.30.5. Request time up. So it also successfully connect to the #3. So how about #4, 192.168.30.5. 40.5. Request timeout. So it reply. So the hash one its connectivity successfully to the others. So alright. So go to the configure, apply, and verify a numbered standard ACL. Create a standard numbered ACL that allows traffic from all hosts on 192.168.10.0/24 network and all hosts on 192.168.20.0/24 network to access all hosts on the 192.168.30.0/24. Okay, calculate the wildcard. Um, so we go to the packet tracer. Go to BTU first to access the list SELs. So configure terminal, access list one, permit, 192.168.10.0. Then the subnet mask is 0/0/0.0.0.255. And the second access list one, permit, 192.168.20.0, and the subnet mask, the wildcard mask, I'm sorry, the wildcard mask is 0/0.0.0.255. And access list, deny any. Access list one, deny any. And so go to the interface, gigabyte 0/1, and IP SS group 1 out. So let's check. Show IP interface gigabyte 0/1. show IP interface gigabyte 0/1 and so access list. So this is the standard IP access list one, that is 10 permits for 192.168.10.0 and 0.0.0.0.0.255, and the 20 permits is 192.168.20.0. So the wildcard mask is 0/0.0.0.255, and the 38 deny any. So go to the MYY, configure terminal, access list 2, permit, permit, permit host 192.168.30.5, access list 2, permit 192.168.40.0. Then the wildcard mask is 0/0.0.255. So go to the interface gigabyte 0/1 and the IP access group out and to out. And so let's see the access list. Show access list. So this is the standard IP access list 2, which is 10 permit host 192.168.30.5, and the 20 permit is 192.168.40.0.0, and the wildcard mask is 0.0.0.255. Let's see the interface gigabyte. Show IP interface gigabyte 0/1. So that is has been connected. Protocol lines property is up, connected. Internet address is this, and broadcast address is 255.255.255.255, and it's already connected. And so calculate the wildcard mask would you use to allow all hosts on the 192.168.10.0/24 network to access 192.168.30.0/24 network. So the answer is 0.0.0.255. Following recommend best practice, identify the router you place these SCLs. So the router is identify the interface that you would place these SCLs and the direction would you apply it, which is gigabyte 0/0. So I will test the SCLs from hash1 to from hash1 command prompt ping hash3 IP address. Let's see it would is successful or not. We go to hash1, go to command prompt. Let's see will it successful or not. We use the IP address of H3. H3 is ping 192.168.30.5. So it replies, so it is successful. Were the ping successful, it will be yes. So let's see from H2 ping H3 IP address. So go to H2 command prompt and ping the IP address of H3 192.168.30.5. So it's reply, and so it's shown that it's successful. Say so the where the so the ping is successful. So yes. And so from MYY prompt ping H3 IP address. So go to the MYY CLI where it's successful. Ping 192.168.30.5. So it's successful. Yes, it's successful. And so the last but not least, configure, apply, and verify a numbered standard ACL. Create a standard that conforms to the following policy: allows traffic from the whole host on the 192.168.40.0/24. Network access to all hosts on the 192.168.10.0/24 network. Also only allow H3 access the 192.168.10.0/24. So we go to the ping command. Go to BTU router and follow this command or this command. Open the BTU router, then ping enter. Target IP address is 192.168.10.5. Enter, 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 enter. So the standard command N is Y. So the source address or interface is 192.168.30.1. So enter, 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 enter. Okay, it is successful. So we go to the questions. The question is ask us to from H3 command prompt ping H1 IP address. So let's see. H3, go to H3 command prompt ping H IP address of H1. Let's see it will it successful or not. 192.168.10.5. And so its reply, I think it's successful. Yes, it is successful. So the answer is yes, successful. So let's see. Test the ACL to ensure only hash tree is allowed access to 192.168.10.0/24 network from the BTU prom. Do the and extended ping and use the 0 gigabyte 0/1 address on BTU as your source. So ping hash1 IP address. So go to the hash hash tree. No. Um, the answer is yes. I think it's yes. Go to ping hash1. Ping the command, the IP address of hash tree 192.168.30.5. So it's reply. So it's successful. So I that's all from me. Thank you very much.